not allowed on the show. What?
So you make a list of everyone you want to work with, right? And then now they're starting to manifest right before your eyes.
Crazy.
I know. Did you always imagine when you were making this list, did you imagine it as a solo artist or did you imagine it in a girl group?
It was mostly solo, but like looking back, I'm so glad that it ended up being a girl group.
Hello, besties, and welcome back to another episode, Lulu of Delulu with Ryan Liu. We have a very exciting guest joining us today. She is one of my favorite artists ever, and I'm genuinely so pumped that she is joining us in the Delulu studios. She is a multifaceted artist. She is a performer, songwriter, dancer, actor, girl, what can you not do? She's also really good at directions, which we learned as she was on her way here, which is very impressive, especially in LA. And she is one of the original members of the iconic girl group GRL. And you might recognize them from their big hits such as Ugly Heart, Wild Wild Love featuring Pitbull, and Vacation. Of course, she's performed on stages all around the world and worked with legendary producers such as Max Martin. And now she's stepping into a new era as a solo artist, holistic healer, and a lip print reader. Please welcome my manifestation icon bestie Lulu, Natasha Slayton.
Oh, hi.
Natasha, thank you for joining us today. I'm so excited to talk to you.
I'm so proud of you for all of this, and thank you so much for having me. What an honor. That was such a nice intro.
Thank you.
Blushing.
I mean, we're going to get into so much more of your accomplishments because there's so much of it to get into. And I'm just excited that you're here because I love hanging out with you.
I love hanging out with you too.
I love hanging out with you, and I
Yeah.
feel so comfortable and I feel good. And we have our Delulu bears.
Yee, they're so cute.
Our little comfort
so
Delulu
cute.
bears. They're so cute. She named hers Lulu.
I did.
Okay, and then I guess mine's Brett Lulu because he's also a boy one,
Wait,
I guess now.
I thought you were going to make
I was, but then
him a girl.
I know, but then Brett did the whole thing about the bear being a boy, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, we'll name it after Brett. So
Okay,
this is
oh,
Brett
cute.
Lulu. Yeah.
This is just Lulu, but he's a boy too.
Okay. Well, we love both of them. Well, Natasha, like I said with your introduction there, you have done so much and you're so multifaceted. There are so many different sides to you. So where did it all begin with you? Because like I said, you're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're a dancer, you're an actor, and you did child acting too.
I did. I acted when I was growing up. I begged my parents to get into the business, actually.
Right.
So as a Leo and only child, I very much came out just wanting to perform.
Performing.
Yeah, so
Yes.
singing, dancing, acting, all the things right off the bat. And grew up, in dance classes, singing classes, music classes, all the things. And then, I begged my parents to get into the business. As soon as Buffy the Vampire Slayer came out, I was like, this is non-negotiable. I have to do this right now.
Young, too.
I started really young, yeah.
Very young,
It's funny because I felt like an old soul.
Oh my gosh, you're totally.
And even when I was 8 years old, I was like, man, if I'm not successful before I turn double digits, then I am a failure.
That is crazy. You're talking 10 years old.
Yeah,
You're like, if I'm not successful at 10.
It was this strong anxiety that I had.
You put a lot of pressure on yourself from like the get-go.
From the get-go, yeah. And I'm finally just undoing a lot of that pressure and learning to be more in the flow. But yeah.
I mean, it's a lifelong process to like move through that and get over that too, especially like starting off knowing what you want so strongly and then having to adapt with life and
absolutely
life be life.
Absolutely.
So you started child acting and I remember that you mentioned before that you started very, very young and you were taken out of it. And then, like you said, you begged your parents to get back into it.
You have such a good memory. Yeah, and it's actually a really cool manifestation story if you want me to tell a little bit of that.
I would love to hear it, yes.
Probably my first remembered experience with extreme manifestation.
Yeah.
So at like 2 years old, my parents had put me into commercial auditions. Like they got me an agent, but they felt really bad. They were never stage parents, and so I was scared. I didn't know what was going on, and so I'd get all these callbacks. But they were like, "Okay, listen, she's a total ham. She's made for this, but she's not comfortable. We have to take her out." So that was, really sweet.
Yeah.
And so they took me out of it, and then, like I said, when I was like 8 years old, I got this extreme wave of undeniable passion, just knowing that I had to be in this business. And so I begged and begged and begged. Yeah, absolutely. And my parents were not wanting to put me in the business, because at that time I didn't know like all of the things that can happen with child actors and like all of the, potentially
because you were young.
harmful.
It was just fun and like exciting for you and you were like wanted to do it.
Yeah, I just wanted to act.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So one day I was actually over at a friend's house, and her little brother, was an actor.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mom was coming to pick me up, and she had a very distinct name. Her name's Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
And when she walked in the door to pick me up, her mom had been on the phone with the agent of the little boy.
Right.
And she said, "Oh, hi, Teddy." And they were like, "Wait a minute, is that Natasha Slayton's mom?" And I don't know how they knew that, because like they
That's
had
so
no idea that I was
divine.
there. And it was the agent
Yeah.
that I'd had when I was a little girl. So they were like, "Put her on the phone, put her on the phone." And mind you, I had been begging my parents to get back into acting, and they kind of were like, "We don't know, you know."
And you've been
It's
out
like,
of it for so long at that
yeah.
point. Yeah, and they remembered.
Absolutely. And so they were like, "Oh my gosh, you've got to put Natasha back in acting. Like, we'd love to have her." And so that kind of spiraled the whole thing. And at the same time, what was really interesting is that my dad was on a TV show called The Tom Show. I don't know if that's a necessary detail, but
No,
there were
we're gonna
two.
watch it.
I don't even know if it's available because it was that long ago. But there were two little kids on the show. One was my age, and then one was like 13, and I just wanted to be both of them. And so I'd gone to the set a couple of times with him, and he had, I remember it was like stage 42 or 43, I think 42, and he had a little trailer dressing room, and I
Ooh,
would
how
go visit the set with
exciting.
him, and he was on a few times. Fast forward to a year later, not only did I book a series regular TV show, which
Oh my
is
gosh.
crazy, but
Yeah.
it was on the exact same soundstage, the exact same backlot, so Universal,
Yeah.
and the exact same stage.
You know what? You probably visualized it when you were visiting your dad.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you got your own
Absolutely.
parking spot.
Yes, I had my own parking spot. I love your
At, what,
memory.
10 years old?
It was, which I did not need, but my parents
not
used
need
when they would take me to set.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it was like this running joke. And when my dad would take me to set, he would run into all these people because he's a comedian and actor. I did not get this role because of him, but
Right.
maybe a little help, you know.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he like guided me on like, okay,
Yeah,
you know, here
that's
we can do
nice.
it this way, we can do it that way, and gave me some
Because your dad
tips.
is in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
He was a comedian.
Yes, yeah, comedian and actor. And so he would come to the set, visit me, and he would run into some of his friends that were shooting other things on the back lot. They'd be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, Poppy, like, what are you shooting?" You're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm with my daughter." So really,
Aw.
really fun times though.
That's incredible. And honestly, for you to have your own parking space at 10 years old.
Pretty gangster.
I am 28 and I do not have my own designated parking space on my set here. So you're doing so much better than me at
No,
10.
no, no,
You
yeah.
accomplished it. Pressure met, everything met, like you're doing it. Well, that's so exciting. And that's when you started kind of like delving into your entertainment career.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So being in the entertainment industry, being so young, but you also had a passion for singing and
did.
performing, not just acting. So you looked up to people such as the Spice Girls,
For sure, of course.
right?
Of
Brittany,
course.
Christina.
Yeah.
Like you loved all the girls, you loved seeing them perform, and you also knew you had a talent for singing.
Yes, yeah, and I grew up listening to like blues and Motown and just Rolling Stones and all the things that my dad put me onto, my mom put me onto, and that really
Influenced
drove
you.
my passion. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Because Natasha is an incredible performer. We actually met in 2019. Prior to the pandemic, Lovato was like right before it. She was performing a show here in LA. I did not live in LA at the time, and I drove so far to go see her, and I saw her, and you were so mind-blowingly talented, and you were so good, and it was so amazing, and you gave it was such a special experience for me. So for context, Lulu besties, I'm a huge Natasha Slayton fan, and I've always been a huge Natasha Slayton fan, of course. So me coming out to see you and you being so lovely to me, and I was, how old was I? 2019?
It was 2020, I think, because it was right before the
It
pandemic.
was right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay, I think 2020, like right before it hit.
Right before.
I remember we talked about it. It was like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to do more shows.
Yes, and I think that's how we bonded too, because as soon as there was lockdown, we were
Yeah.
texting each other like, "Oh my gosh, can't believe this is going on."
Right? Isn't it
Are
so
you
crazy?
okay?
We just saw each other. And I think that's what was crazy. I think that was like one of the last things that happened right before everything shut down.
Well, and I remember too, it's so interesting. I'm so honored that you're such a fan. And like for some of the listeners, I'm
fan.
sure you guys haven't even heard of GRL, and that's totally fine.
Well, they're gonna hear about it right now, besties. We're about to stream after this.
But you were just always so nice to me. You would DM me the sweetest things. You would comment on my posts, and I just felt the genuine love there.
Yeah.
And so there was an immediate connection, not just because you were like love bombing, but in the best way.
I do that a little
Is that
bit.
a bad thing? That's a good thing, right?
Love bombing is like when you're intensely like
Okay.
putting on a lot of love and then you like pull it away.
Oh, never
Yeah.
mind. Well, you were just,
Yeah.
give
I
me
was,
some
I was-
love.
I was consistently loving you.
Yeah,
I
and it wasn't
think.
just because of that, but I immediately felt a kindred spirit in you and just like,
Thank you. Thank you for seeing
Yeah.
that in me. And honestly,
Yeah.
I was like so honored. My journal entries from meeting you and talking to you were always so excited. And you know what? Fun fact, Lulu, besties, Natasha was one of my first TikTok followers ever. And she was
So crazy. You're right.
You were like 39 or 40. And I remember you were being so sweet and excited for me. And there was nothing happening on my TikTok at the time. She was just so like, she was like, oh my God, I love your videos and da da da. And I was like, okay.
I do. They were so good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and they were, oh my gosh. And at the time, it wasn't even anything I'm doing now or the content I'm doing now. And you followed me. And I was like, that is so sweet because you did not need to. And I was just like a fan. It was super sweit. Aww. And honestly, you're my good luck charm because literally, I think I started blowing up. You were blowing up on TikTok too. And then I started blowing up.
one video.
Oh, it went.
And that's because of you too. Because I was like,
was it?
I give up. I don't even want to be posting on TikTok, but I needed to because we were doing the GRL reunion, I think.
That's right. Yeah.
Or wait. Yeah.
It was heading there.
Yeah.
You guys were about to start it because it started in 2021, but you were gaining a lot of traction.
You know.
Oh,
you know more than I do about my life. Go ahead.
We're going to get into all of it. So she was posting on TikTok in 2020, as most of us were, and she was posting incredible dance videos that she was doing, and they were going massively viral. I remember sitting in my parents' house on my TikTok, refreshing your page, and I would text you so excited, and I'd be like, Natasha, you went up another 2,000. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, you're getting there. I was like, you're going to hit 25K by today. Like, I was so excited for you. And it was really exciting, genuinely, because I was like, yes, it's happening, everything's working. And then you were getting ready for, I don't know if the discussion started at this point. So this is what we're going to get into the Delulu with GRL later. But yeah, GRL did have another manifestation of mine, but GRL did start another reunion in 2021. And actually, I want to take credit for that one. I'm gonna, because I had a manifestation journal, my little navy blue journal with the little gold stars that I talked about in episode 1. But in that journal, I just started seriously manifestation, sitting down and manifesting. And it was like my 4th or 5th one that I wrote in there. And I was like, I am so thankful GRL reunited and they're like performing again, releasing music. And I really, really wanted it. And this was at the end of 2020.
I remember you telling me about that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they had a formative reunion discussion. It half manifested and still manifesting, by the way.
Well, you know what's interesting about that is because I think we co-manifested it, and I definitely give you a lot of credit for this because you were talking about it, and I'm like, oh, you're right. Like, I want this too. Like, this is amazing. And your energy, of course. Like, when you put something out there, it happens. Like, let's be real.
Reuniting, y'all. You heard it here first.
It happens. And at the same time, I had done some work with this this master healer that I do a lot of work with.
Right.
And I was telling her how I kind of just wanted to jump timelines. I was like, man, and so she kind of helped me go from point A to point Z. And I don't know that I actually thought it was going to be GRL related, but I remember I'd kind of thought about GRL that week. And then we had our session. And then all of a sudden, it just so happened that Paula, one of the girls in the girl group, for anyone that doesn't know, was on a hike randomly with our day-to-day manager who had worked with us in the past. And I was like, what? That's so random. And she was like, and yeah, we talked about potentially doing a GRL reunion. And I'm like, what? So from there, it really like spiraled super quickly.
Well, you know what? That's the funny thing about the second reunion of GRL and how that manifested is that wasn't even the first time that you manifested GRL, because before GRL even came into existence, Natasha literally created. So I will give Natasha the credit for this one. Natasha originated GRL. We'll get into it, but I want to talk about your journey in GRL. So Bestie Lulus, if you don't know about GRL, please look them up. They're so incredible. I love their music. I love them. They are true, like, best friends and sisters and everything a girl group should be. And they were so iconic. They're still so iconic. Look up Ugly Heart, the music video. It just passed 100 million views recently. Actually, not even recently. It was like 3 years ago. It's way past that now. But yeah, guys, look it up. But with GRL, Natasha is one of the original members of GRL. And I wanted to talk to you about like how you got into GRL, how GRL became a thing. Absolutely. I know it started with an iteration of the Pussycat Dolls 2.0. Yeah. And that's what you were initially slated to do.
Yeah. So, okay. I love that you also mentioned earlier how I was really inspired by like the Spice Girls and Pussycat Dolls and Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears. And it's so interesting because these groups and people were definitely huge influences on me growing up. And I always wanted to be like a powerhouse solo artist, but also loved the idea of being in a girl group, especially those specifically.
Yeah.
And I don't know really where to start this story because it can get a little bit long-winded and I want to give you like an exciting version.
Well, you know what? you were in the first original lineup of the next version of Pussycat Dolls.
I was.
So one
but
of the
it's
members.
crazy how that came up. Oh, yeah, you want to tell it?
Yeah, I want you to tell it. I would love for you to tell it. No.
Okay, let me try. Then you chime in at any moment because you do really know a lot of details. So one of my exes was a professional dancer, and he was friends with Lauren's boyfriend. Yeah, you already know. Who was also a professional dancer. Lauren's another girl in GRL. I love it. Yes, say it in unison with me. It's like we're harmonizing.
Oh my God. It's like we're GRL because you guys did that in your interviews. You guys spoke at the same time.
You are an honorary GRL.
You guys, if you're not watching the video version of the podcast, I am wearing a shirt that says I'm with the band because I am with the band. I am an honourary GRL right now.
You are.
Actually, I'm a GRL always, but yes, always. Right now. But go ahead.
So he knew Kenny, who's Lauren's husband now, actually.
Crazy.
And so that's kind of how I met her, and she just found out, I think, through them hanging out together, our boyfriends, that I sang and I danced, and so back then, we didn't have Instagram, which is so crazy.
It was not that long ago, y'all.
When we started GRL, we did, but at this point, I don't think we did.
This
so she was searching,
Instagram.
She was searching me on YouTube and kind of found a few of my videos, and she told Robin, she was like, oh my God, you've got to see this girl. She's so good. And I didn't know this was happening. And so she had me meet Robin a few times. And I actually did go to one of the Pussycat Doll auditions.
Yeah. And Robin is the creator of the Pussycat Dolls. And she also is the creator and founder of GRL.
Yes.
So this is where they're meeting for the first time. Go ahead.
I love you chiming in. This is so good. Can you always help me tell my stories?
Oh my God,
please?
I want to.
I need it. So I ended up meeting with her. And I think there were a couple versions of that, and for whatever reason, they'd had different versions of PCD 2.0, they did a commercial for the Super Bowl and all these things, and I wasn't a part of those things.
Mm-hmm. And the girls kept shifting out too. The lineup kept shifting out for the Pussycat Dolls 2.0. So at this time, guys, it was late 2010s. The Pussycat Dolls had disbanded, and Robin was working on a 2.0 version of the girl group, and this is where Natasha was coming in. Paula was actually, and Lauren were both part of the Pussycat Doll 2.0 lineup, which are also two other members of GRL. But go ahead.
And I love you so much. And what's also interesting about this is I had been a fan of Paula's from So You Think You Could Dance. I was I want to be best friends with this girl.
Paula
and I didn't know why.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Lauren, I had seen her in a hallway at Millennium Dance Complex and was like, who is this girl? So stunning. And I just want to be friends with her. Not just because she's pretty, but I just felt this connection
to her. You were drawn to her.
I was drawn to her, and same thing with Paula. And so anyways, I got this call or this text in the middle of the night that I'd woken up to, and Lauren was reaching out saying, hey, would you want to meet with Robin Antin, who's the creator of the Pussycat Dolls, which I was a huge fan of, and Larry Rudolph, who had started Britney Spears' career and managed her throughout her entire career.
Right.
And Ron Fair, who had kickstarted Christina Aguilera's career.
Right.
And so these were mega people that I'd been wanting to work with and had looked up to since I was a little girl.
Yeah.
And when I got that text, I was
big names.
Yes, I would like to meet with them. What are you talking about? And so even though I was so nervous and overcome with all these emotions, I was like, what is happening right now? Holy moly, this is just an undeniable yes. So
Absolutely.
Of course I said yes. Mm-hmm. And I went in to sing for all of them. I don't think Larry was there the first time. And Robin was a little bit unsure. She's like, okay, she's an amazing singer. She's an amazing dancer, but we don't know her that well. So they kind of put me a little bit through the ringer at first, but I knew that I was in.
Oh yeah.
For some reason. I just knew.
That's also manifestation, just knowing and also believing and owning it.
Yeah.
And by the way, you manifested that too, because you mentioned before to me when we would hang out that you made a list when you were younger of everyone you wanted to work with. And this list literally manifested beat by beat, person by person when you joined GRL. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. And then, what's also interesting is before Pussycat Dolls 2.0 was happening, Robin had a TV show called Girlicious. Mm-hmm. And so one of the girls, Natalie, in that group, I had been obsessed with her, so obsessed. And also was really drawn to her and wanted to be friends. And so she was actually after I joined, then Natalie joined PCD 2.0. She didn't end up doing GRL with us, but she was part of that. So that was another crazy manifestation.
Oh, yeah.
And as an only child, I had so much time to daydream. So my favorite part about that is I've always been a little bit Delulu.
Oh, period.
Yeah.
You're in the right show.
Always been a little bit Delulu to the point of I just love to daydream and fantasize about things that I want to have happen. And even if I don't know that they will or how they will,
they will happen.
It's still fun to imagine those things. And
Yeah,
so
you're
back
visualizing
then,
it.
before I even realized fully what I was doing, I think at that point, like I kind of really got into like law of attraction and The Secret and everything when I was like 18. So
And it
by
was
this
working.
point,
And it was
by this
working.
point I kind of knew, but even before that I'd been imagining like PCD and Spice Girls and Christina and Britney and all these things.
So you make a list of everyone you want to work with, right? And then now they're starting to manifest right before your eyes.
Crazy.
I know. Did you always imagine when you were making this list, did you imagine it as a solo artist or did you imagine it in a girl group?
That's a really good question, and I think it was mostly solo, but like looking back, I'm so glad that it ended up being a girl group because Lauren had been in a girl group before GRL, and like she said it best. When you're by yourself, it's super lonely, and there's pros and cons to working in a group as far as and working solo, but I think there's so many more pros when you're in a group.
Yeah, and then you have that like genuine camaraderie.
Absolutely.
You
can
have
borrow
each
each other's
other.
clothes. You can help each other get ready.
Period. And then you have each other through everything. You're experiencing
Everything.
it all together, and that's beautiful. And what I always say I love about GRL is that you guys not only looked like you loved each other, but you really did. You were
We really
best
did.
friends.
We were
It
best
was
friends.
the chemistry is unmatched to this day. I'm not seeing that chemistry in girl groups now. I mean, I could be wrong. Also, I don't really pay attention to girl groups right now, but the chemistry was insane.
Thank you. I think that's why everyone kind of, not everyone, but I think that's why there were so many different versions of the group because the universe was really saying like, okay, who can we put together
Yeah.
to really make this the perfect.
It was the perfect one too. And I feel like it needed to go through all those lives and iterations
Yeah.
and lineups. Because then where we ended up, which was Natasha Slayton, Lauren Bennett, Paula Van Open, Emelina Estrada, and Simone Battle, the original 5 girls of GRL, it was so magic. Like, that
Thank
cannot
you.
even be recreated, which is insane. You guys
Feel really
dominated.
lucky.
Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you.
And we were lucky to experience it. I was lucky to experience it firsthand. I was such a fan, still a fan, obviously.
Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you about this list that you had. Can you name some of the names that were on that list that you ended up working with?
Yeah, well, there was Robin Antin, Larry
Robin Antin.
Rudolph, Ron Fair, Natalie, Lauren, Paula,
Yeah.
for sure. I didn't know Emmeline or Simone, or they definitely would have been on the list as well.
Yeah.
Then,
Max Martin.
did I not say Max?
No.
Oh, Max Martin.
Max Martin.
100% Max
Yeah,
Martin.
you've been wanting to work with Max Martin.
Yeah, all the people we worked with were
Yeah.
just incredible. And then, of course, there's Pitbull. Pitbull was like, especially when he first had come out, when I was like 16 or 17, like I had all of his original first albums.
How was it being on Wild Wild Love with Pitbull, which was
Really
an international
cool.
hit, but also a hit here in the U.S. GRL featured on Wild Wild Love.
It was amazing.
Yeah, and you guys went to the
Yeah.
Playboy Mansion.
That was another manifestation.
Another
that I
manifestation.
yeah, I don't know what it was, but
You love
I
Playboy.
always had an obsession with Playboy, especially like back in the 90s where there was just like Pamela Anderson and all those
Yes.
things. I also loved Girls Next Door. But yeah, at that time, I really had an obsession with like the Playboy Mansion and Playboy. I know there's so many things that could be said about that now, but like, yeah, it was.
I mean, it's such an iconic part of pop culture.
totally. So
And
to be able to film there was like,
film there, be a part of it. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Do you ever reflect on everything that you manifested just leading into GRL? Like, and you think about it and like, I really
how the
manifested
heck?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's been something that I think I thought about a lot more back then, and it has just become part of my story to the point where now I can really believe what's possible manifestationally.
Everything.
But then, yeah, absolutely. But then at the same time, my idea of manifestation has also shifted a lot because
Oh,
now I'm
really?
more like, okay, let me follow spirit, let me follow God,
Interesting.
and let's see where I get led. Because if I'm just listening to my ego wants and needs, then, you know, that's my ego leading the show.
Right.
And it's not really God leading. And
So
so, now
less
I try.
resistance. You're going with the flow.
Less resistance and also like less hold on what the outcome might be because I know that God has, or universe, spirit, you know, whatever your
Yeah, whatever you
terminology
believe
is.
in, of course.
But for me, you know, I just say God and spirit.
Me too.
I actually also say the universe.
Yeah. Well,
I
to
mean
me,
the same
God
thing.
and universe are the same to me.
Yes, 100%.
Right?
And so, yeah, so now by me just following what that
Yeah, just free
intuition
flowing.
says, then I'm also able to have even better things come to me. And also
Yeah.
things that aren't just going to feed me, but hopefully also be able to give back to others.
And being able to share that is so incredible. Even you telling this story is very inspiring. And I know the
hope
bestie
so.
Lulus are going to feel really inspired by it. But I want to talk about that manifestation journey.
Okay.
So you started with manifesting things from the ego, from things that you wanted. And obviously being younger, that's natural.
That's totally natural, yeah.
We're excited about things. We want things and we want to manifest those things, which is great. I feel like I'm still there. But you said you shifted in your manifestation journey to now letting it just happen, and you're being more open to receiving in whatever forms those manifestations can happen for you. So how did that intentional shift come about?
I love that question. I mean, yeah, from the time I was really little, I always believed in magic. And, you know, we were talking about being Delulu and being able to like fantasize and daydream and, and those things, I think were such a part of my story from a super young age. And then by the time I discovered like The Secret and the Law of Attraction and Esther and Jerry Hicks and all those things, I was really able to take that on board and kind of then reflect on all the things that I had manifested thus far and realized, oh, wow, like I actually had so much more, I don't know if power is the right word, but power in this than I realized.
You were powerful and you're creating that.
And it gave me even more of a sense of like, oh, wow, okay, I hold the keys here. And then there was a lot of learning that went on there. And I think just through all of the honestly hard situations I've been through, all the challenges, all the losses, and the work I've done with some of the master healers that I've worked with.
Right.
That's really helped me to just keep growing with my manifestation journey. So that's how it's taken a turn from being like, oh, let me manifest this to like, okay, let me yes, manifest, but also welcome in
open.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just like essentially life happens, and you know, you had an ego death, and honestly,
over and over every single day with every single trigger.
But you were here, and now you're so open to receiving better things, like you said, and I feel like better things are coming to you. Like we're celebrating so many wins for you, and I feel like every time I talk to you, we're excited about things and things that are happening. I feel like where I am in my manifestation journey, I'm still coming from a place of ego, but I'm not even that young. But I feel like I'm just in a place where, thank you, not really, thank you, but I feel like I'm in a place where I still am trying to manifest, like, I don't know, I'm very career oriented. So I feel like a lot of things I manifest are career related, and I find it to be successful. But, you know, you actually had this quote that you said, and I wanted to talk to you about it and get your advice, Lulu, on it.
Yeah.
But you said that if you can go back, one thing that you would do is be more present in the moment and, you know, really enjoy the journey more. That's something I feel like I'm struggling with. I even journaled about it last night when I was getting ready for this with you, because I was doing my research, of course. And I was like, I'm not present in the moment, because this is like, for me, doing this show, it's just the beginning for us besties. But doing this show is a dream come true for me. But I'm so incredibly stressed. I feel like I have so much pressure for the success of the show, and I work so hard on it that I just feel like it's nonstop. I never sleep. So I'm not enjoying it. And I even when I tried forcing myself to enjoy it last night in my journal entry, I was like, I'm enjoying this. But I was like, why are you journaling right now? You have a show tomorrow morning, and you need to go live, and you need to promote the show, and you need to answer emails. And I was like,
but those things, that work is actually what needs to take precedence. Okay. We need to still our minds before we do the things. So there's always going to be an element of ego, because we're humans having a human experience. So there is that natural duality. So getting rid of the ego completely is not actually the goal, of course. But also, you know, that stillness and that like, let me get present first, and then everything else can get done, because you can get done 100 more things. This is just a random number, but you know, 100 more things than you could get done if you didn't get with yourself first. And I mean, it takes a lot less energy, a lot less effort. And you know, when things just flow, or like you kind of just let go, and all of a sudden, oh, I have the answer to this.
Right.
Or, oh, wait, this just happened. So there is effort and action that needs to take place when we're doing certain things. And of course, during stressful situations, it's way harder to get present and to enjoy, but that's where the work is. And the more that we can get present, the more that we can, you know, be here and try to enjoy and relax, the better everything works out. And we just have to continuously prove that to ourselves. And it's funny because even today, like I was coming here, I planned to be early. I was 15 minutes late. So sorry, I love you.
You're never late for me. Don't worry.
There was like, there were 3 construction zones I had to go through.
Yeah.
And
LA,
my apartment building maintenance decided to come like right as I was leaving. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I got tested. And so I'm like, nope, you know what? I can't let myself get stressed, because then that energy is going to go into the podcast. Yeah. And so I was being tested like, Natasha, even now, can you trust? Can you chill? And I was like,
and everything was fine.
Yes.
Like you got here and it was fine. Everything was chill. Like honestly, no rushy-washy, really.
But it like, you know, it takes.
Yeah, there could be challenges.
Those things that have to like, you have to experience, and then you have to kind of sit your ego down and just be like, okay.
It's a lot of ego challenges that get you to the point of not only like recognizing, realizing, reflecting, and healing, but then humbling you.
100%.
Yes.
And every day.
And this is why it's so important for us to stay grounded and like mindful and grateful and being present. So I love that you said that. Do you feel like when you were in GRL, right? It's so much was happening. Like I'm out here saying, "Oh, this show's so much work," which it is, by the way. But
yeah,
you were international pop star. You were traveling the world. You were performing everywhere. You would get up so much earlier than me. I woke up at 8 a.m. today, and I was really bitching about that. But
That's
you
early.
You would get up at 2 a.m.
Sometimes,
to get your makeup done before performing on Good Morning America, right?
It was always different. The scheduling was always different. There were definitely days where I woke up at like 11 or 12. So trust me.
Ooh, claiming. I'm not going to experience that for a while, y'all. So I hope you love the show. Please rate it 5 stars.
Rate it 5 stars. So yeah, there was so much going on and there was so much happening so quickly that even with my manifestations rolling out like piece by piece and like bing, bing, boom, it was still really hard to, if you're sleep deprived or if you're stressed or if you're worried about something or, there was so much happening so fast that it was very difficult to be present and to enjoy. And like,
it was always the next thing.
Absolutely. And I remember, logically I understood I need to be having fun. These are my dreams. Like this is so important. But if you like aren't there emotionally or energetically, like I don't know how to explain it, but like you can understand something logically and still not be able to maybe show up in the exact way that you want to show up.
We're human, right? Like we're gonna really embrace the emotions that we're feeling in the moment, and if you're stressed, that takes over.
Absolutely.
And it's a stressful situation. Like you said, you're living your dreams. You want to be grateful for it, but at the same time, it's just like it's still very real and valid that you have a lot of things you need to get done.
Yeah.
There are marks you need to hit.
Yeah.
There's pressure that you're under, right?
Oh my gosh. And so many people like, have an opinion about every little thing you're doing, and you're even the things that weren't stressing you out before. Oh, now all of a sudden they're stressing you out.
Of course. And then you have people like that you're working with who are telling you like what to do, what to say, where to be.
And, I remember Robin during one rehearsal, she looked at me and she like, could probably tell that I was a little bit off or maybe taking myself too seriously or something because I always took myself so seriously.
As you should. I do too.
Yeah, always hardworking, always serious. And yeah, that's very important. But then also, having an element of fun can make that even more, whatever you're doing can make it even more effective.
Yeah.
But she had looked at me and she was like, you're 25 and you're going to blink and you're going to be 35. And the interesting thing is, I knew she was right. But when you're 25, it feels like the time from being 15 to 25, which is the same kind of 10-year jump, is actually a lifetime. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you, I blinked, and now I'm,
Oh my gosh.
35 plus. But
now I'm scared to blink because I want to really enjoy this and like enjoy doing this. Obviously, yours is so much more pressure.
No. I mean, we all have our own pressures and our own versions of things. And so I think if there's anything that I could tell my younger self, it would be, you're going to be okay. Just trust, like know that more is taken care of than you think. And I did believe that, but it was also like this inability to let go into that because it was like I wasn't quite sure.
And you know what? Being young, it's like that ego is a daily wrestle. It really is a daily wrestle.
I mean, even now.
Yes,
I still think I'm young, but it's fine.
I mean, you are young, so I don't even know why we're acting like you're not. But honestly, I just received that. Everything you just said, I literally just absorbed, and I was like, wait, that was so healing and good for me. And it's like it's something I needed to hear right now, just because we're really in the thick of production here, and it's a lot. We just launched the show. By the time this episode comes out, it'll be a couple episodes in. But we just launched the show as if where we're filming, and it's been a lot of press, but it's really reassuring to know that not only did you do it so well for yourself with everything that you were doing in GRL, but to know that coming out of it, you're all right, you're feeling good, you're peaceful, you're grounded. That's also really reassuring and healing too.
Thank you.
And honestly, it did all manifest quickly. It wasn't just that when you were in GRL, it was also getting into GRL because you mentioned that it started with that text with Lauren. And then now you meet with Robin Antin. And now you're meeting with Ron Fair. And now you're suddenly getting put into the group. And then everything just takes off from there. It's quick. Your life entirely changed.
Yeah.
That's
really,
crazy.
Yeah.
And then do you even think about how quick that was when that was happening? Or it was just like, okay, next thing.
Honestly, well, what I do think about actually is I think about the way that I felt before, because I did have those doubts where it's like, okay, I'm allowing myself to be Delulu to a certain point, but like, what if this never happens? And back then, like, especially when I was growing up, Brittany, she popped off at like 16 years old. So by the time I joined PCD 2.0, before it was GRL, I was 23. So that was terrifying to think,
That's
oh
what I was
shoot,
when
my
I started
career's
TikTok.
over.
No.
You know what I mean? Like my window's gone. And
That's
now
how
it's
I
very
felt.
different, you know, thank
Yes.
gosh, like we've grown so much as a society and with social media and it's
Right.
amazing. But back then, like,
I mean,
funny
you were
to say
all
back
in
then.
your mid-20s though when GRL formed.
I was the oldest and I was used to being the youngest, which is so interesting.
And you're also used to being an only child.
Yeah,
And of course,
yeah.
you're a Leo. So now we're putting in 4 other girls that we have to
Sisters.
share with. I know. You got 4 sisters out of nowhere. And you adapted, though. You guys really, really, really loved each other and got along.
Yeah,
And that was
we
so
really
beautiful.
did.
And you know what? One of the things that you manifested, you worked with the legendary producer Max Martin, who is behind
He's amazing.
GRL Deep Cut, Show Me What You Got, super iconic, Bang Bang, Baby One More Time, Teenage Dream, California Girls. We can go on, but
Taylor Swift, Ariana,
Taylor
Adele,
Swift,
like
Shake
literally
It Off,
everybody.
Water Under the Bridge. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, I can rattle it off. But you worked with legendary producer Max Martin, and he is incredible. He's been behind so many hits, and he's told you in the booth. Do you want to tell this?
You can tell it because,
I'm
like,
gonna tell
listen,
it.
it's
I
one
wanna-
of the
I wanna-
most
I'm gonna
special
brag for you.
moments that I had. But
Yeah.
I don't like sounding like I'm bragging, but it is.
Let me brag for you.
Okay,
You have a
can brag.
lot that I could flex for you, and I'm going to. Max Martin, this is a quote, direct quote, y'all. Natasha was in the booth recording for GRL, and then he stopped the recording so he can give her feedback, and he told her, "You make me want to come to work." How validating is that?
It just made my soul very happy.
Yeah.
I felt like all the work that I'd put in. Oh no! Whoa! I'm getting emotional.
Well, you deserve
Such
it.
a crier. No,
And
I
you-
really felt like it was just like all the work that I'd put in for so long. Like it was really being seen and appreciated. And he was someone that I'd wanted to work with for so long, and of course, really respect him. And all the people we worked with, you know, were so special. We got to work with a lot of amazing people, and having him say that was like, oh my gosh, this
And you know what?
legend is right
That's
before me.
just-
And he was so humble too, like the most kind man, so humble, so talented, and it was really special.
For him to recognize that in you, that's incredible. And he's
Thank
also
you.
said more things too. He's also said that you're a mix of Christina and Britney,
That was
which
special.
very special. And honestly, he has an eye for legends and stars, and that's incredible to hear. Like that's incredibly validating, and to have music with him and working with him.
It was awesome. And he had so much love for the entire group and all of us as individuals. And, you know, he really was so great at helping us showcase each of our talents and each of our strong suits. And yeah.
It was so incredible, and he's amazing. And you worked with other legendary producers such as like Circuit and J Cash.
J Cash, Dr. Luke. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the best pop music ever, peak pop music, honestly. We need more, but we'll get into that. Well, congratulations on
Thank
Max
you.
Martin, and you really, really
you.
did manifest that because you said that you've been wanting to work with him.
Well, yeah, I mean, ever since I'd heard Britney's Baby One More Time when I was like 9.
There you go. And then fast forward, you're in the booth with him.
Insane.
Crazy.
Yeah, that I did not process in live time.
Oh my gosh, crazy. And you manifested that. Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely
For sure.
manifested that. So when you were in GRL, was there a moment that you recognized that you were like, this is bigger than us, bigger than just us girls?
Yeah, I mean, I can't pinpoint exactly when that would have been.
Everything was fast.
Because yeah, it was so fast.
Everything was
was
fast.
happening so quickly. But honestly, I think pretty much from the get-go, like as soon as we started recording and just working together, you could feel the magic, and it was like, oh, there it goes.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And then of course, you know, there's so much that goes into it. We really had to get like lightning in a bottle to become the successful group. There's so many groups that, you know, try to make it, and so many artists, and so we got really, really, really lucky. But it was a long time in the making. So as fast as it happened, there was so much work behind the scenes that had to happen. So and so much work that we all put into ourselves, like before we even met each other or come onto the project. So
Right, and then meeting each other and making sure you get along.
Yeah.
And then working with the team that you worked with, because you guys were under Robin Antin, Dr. Luke's label, Kimasabi.
Kimasabi.
Dr. Luke's label, working with Larry Rudolph, managing the group as well, like powerhouse names in the music industry, signed to, was it RCA and Sony as well?
yeah,
RCA and
and
Sony.
Sony were the umbrella labels.
Massive names, massive labels, and these were all backing GRL. Like it was the
Wild
perfect
to
storm.
think about. Really
I know.
wild.
That's crazy. And the experience in GRL was like something that you reflect on, and you're like, as quick as it was, like you said, it was life changing in every way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. But also just felt like it was meant to be.
Absolutely. And it was such a great part of the early 2010s too, when everything was coming out. And the GRL EP is one of my favorite projects ever.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it needs more love, besties. But it's really, really crazy that it's like, not only have you were able to manifest all of that, but then you start moving into other things that you've been trying to manifest with your life. Now you're performing on bigger stages, right? You're performing in front of massive audiences and you have this giant platform. Do you recall any performances that are your favorite when you were a part of GRL?
Ooh, okay, so our first big one, if my memory serves me correctly, was iTunes South by Southwest.
That's my favorite one from y'all.
That is definitely
Austin, right?
One of my favorite ones. Yeah, Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
You really know your stuff.
Oh, it's such a good show, y'all. I watch it religiously on YouTube. It's so incredible.
I mean, I want to go back and redo it. So, like, with all of the things that I know now, like, I wish we could, just be able to do so much
fair.
more.
I feel like
GRL.
Everyone feels that way about everything.
Yeah. But that one was very special. I mean, there were so many special shows. Like X Factor Australia was really cool.
That was such a good performance.
I don't like the way I looked in that, but like that was a really, really special,
great.
cool thing. And then there were all those like
pyrotonics.
Is that the right word? Like
yes,
all the fireworks.
Fire. That's
that was
right.
Terrifying.
Oh, I know.
And we were like dangling
close.
from the thing that comes from the ceiling. I was
and then
so
you
scared.
drop down. Guys, look up the GRL X Factor Ugly Heart performance, X Factor Australia. It's incredible. They come down from a platform, a custom-made GRL platform. They're performing. You guys are holding on for your life.
Yeah,
I see
holding on for my life. I think I asked to be on the side so I could hold on to the thing. Yeah. I can't remember. But then actually another one of my favorite performances was our last performance, which was Good Morning America. And of course, didn't know it was going to be our last performance at the time, but yeah, it was right around the time of my birthday, and that was the one I had to wake up at 2 a.m. for, because we would rotate who would get ready first, and basically that's the only way we could make it fair. It's like, okay, who's going to get ready this time? And I was like, hello, it's my birthday. Can I not have a pass?
Right.
But no,
so I woke
up. No, so I woke up first. We flew in like the night before, 2 hours of sleep, basically, and then yeah, we had to perform pretty early. I think like 6 or 7. I can't remember what time they record, but. So interesting too, because like our vocals were turned down, and I don't know why, but our vocals were turned down, and I just remember that being one of the strongest I had ever sung, and especially at that hour, I was like, oh my God, this is great. But at least I know how I sounded, and I felt really good about it. But we all looked amazing, and we all had so much fun.
Yeah.
So.
And it was such an incredible performance. You said, as you mentioned, it was the last performance that you guys had as a 5, and navigating the loss of Simone and moving forward from that era of GRL, how are you able to transition out of that?
It's been years-long process.
Right.
I'm going to try not to cry. Oh my God.
You're welcome.
It's such a hard conversation to talk about, because sometimes I'm fine and I don't get super emotional and like, okay, because there's been so much healing, so many different layers and levels. And
grieving is a lifelong thing.
It's definitely not linear.
It's not.
It's definitely not linear. It was such a shock, and basically everything that transpired after that, like we took like a couple months off, I think, and then we got right back into the studio so we could honor her with Lighthouse and do some performances, and try to just honor her as best we could, and like keep the group going. We're like, is this what would she have wanted this? Would she but not wanting to go on without her, and like so many conflicting emotions. Ultimately, we disbanded, not really by our choice. Like our label let us know, I think, a month before that they were letting us go.
Was this after Lighthouse came out?
Yeah. This was after, I think probably like 6 or 7 months after. I can't really remember timelines, but
because you guys were anticipating to continue forward.
I was hoping that we would. I mean, that had been my life for the past few years.
At that time of your life, that was entirely your life.
Yeah.
And then it's not only dealing with the loss of a band member and a sister and a best friend, it's also mourning the loss of that era of GRL.
Yeah.
And then transitioning
and
out of that.
And all of the dreams that we'd, worked so hard for. And there's so many layers. And so, then I kind of just had to go straight into survival mode, because I was like, well, if the label lets us go, I have no idea where I'm going to make my income or how I'm going to make money. And I've got like a month to figure it out. And maybe to some people that's a lot of time, but like dealing and processing
it really
wasn't.
Is
I was
not
like, what am I going to do?
Absolutely. Because
I've never really had a normal job.
That was your job as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So lots of things. And then not even a year and a half later, my mom suddenly passed, who was my best friend. And, that came out of absolutely nowhere. And so then there was like that whole situation, of course, that I had to grieve. So there was a lot of loss in a very short amount of time, which interestingly, I guess I'm grateful that it happened in a chunk like that, because it really forced me to, like, I had no other choice but to, okay, look at this, sit with this. I can either be completely debilitated and just wrecked for the rest of my life, which was very much an option.
And that's completely fair.
Or, you know, I can somehow pick up the pieces, even if it's one by one, even if I drop them along the way and I have to pick them back up, like whatever it is, and just keep going.
It's a process.
It's absolutely a process.
Well, navigating all that loss, and then, of course, moving on to the next chapter of your life at the time. So, you know, now you have to find a job. Now, the girl group had ended. You guys had worked so hard on it. How scary was that? And how were you able to, like, be able to navigate it while going through grief?
I was just in survival mode. You know,
it was just time. Yeah.
There were so many different emotions and different feelings, and every day I think was different. But at the time it was just like, okay, how am I just going to survive? Not just financially, but just emotionally. Like, how am I going to get out of bed?
So, and then now without the group anymore, like the girls aren't there anymore to support you. Were you of course you were probably still there for each other.
We were always,
but not
in
to
touch.
The same capacity.
Yeah, no, we've always really been there for each other. So yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
You went through this life-changing experience together, and you're going through this massive loss together. You know, like that kind of bonding it's forever. It's like solidified now.
Yeah, we've been bonded for life ever since, you know, we started GRL, and then everything we've gone through together. Robin too, you know.
Of course. So now that you're like looking for any other job, did you think about like pursuing like, okay, I'm just going to try to be a solo artist now, or did you think, okay, let me just get paid, let me make sure I can make money?
I just needed to make money. Yeah.
Really?
So I started doing like whatever, like dance jobs would come up. I got into social media marketing and creative marketing back when that wasn't actually that big, because Instagram was still only like a couple years old, and I started helping different companies, which actually led into some of the work that I do now. Like I still have a couple of private clients that I work for and like help them with their social media and creative marketing. So it did lead into other things that like work-wise, but at the same time, it actually gave me the ability to step back from some of the choices I was making for myself that were toxic and be able to heal those things.
So were you also like, as you're pivoting away from the group, did you tell yourself that you were going to come back to trying to be an artist at some point?
I did want to be, but I feel like as much as I was trying and as much as I was working with certain people, I just was so in such a hard place in life that it just wasn't the right timing for me.
Yeah, it wasn't a
the
priority
universe
anymore.
knew that. So as much as I was trying to maybe record or write songs, like that was great for my creative process and great for an emotional outlet, but it just wasn't supposed to happen at that time. Otherwise, I feel like it would have. So I did want to, but there also weren't opportunities that were presenting themselves that could have like helped me do that.
During this entire time, post-GRL, grieving, pivoting, adapting, did you start leaning more into your own spiritual path for healing and comfort and guidance?
Definitely, because that's the only way I feel like I could have fully come out of.
Because you were in a dark place at the time, and not even just then, like being in GRL, as amazing as it was, like, you know, you're still a person, you're still human, you're carrying whatever stressors and personal issues you're dealing with. And, you know, you were in a situation where it was a high stress situation. You're in Hollywood, you're in entertainment, you're dealing with a lot. Like, you know, you had to find different ways to cope with it or embrace it, right?
Yeah. Well, and I know you wanted to talk about this, so I'll just lay it all out on the table. So before I had joined GRL, that boyfriend that I had been talking about earlier, that new Kenny, that new Lauren's boyfriend. So, sorry, sir, we're putting you on blast. No, but it was a really toxic relationship, really, really toxic. And I didn't know it was really toxic until about the last year of the relationship.
Okay.
And so at that time, like I drank like occasionally, you know what I mean? But it was definitely not a problem. Like it was, you know, like out when I was having fun with friends or whatever.
Right.
But as soon as our relationship started to spiral, I definitely leaned on alcohol. And that also turned into a substance addiction that developed over the course of a couple of years. And I didn't really fully realize it had become an addiction until I was like, nope, wait, this is the definition of an addiction.
Right.
You know, and I used it because I didn't have strength in my other tools.
Right.
And I used it to anesthetize and try to reach a higher space. I actually would like, if I was drinking or using, I would go and like sit in my split machine, write in my journal, like do all these things to help me feel better. But I could not get out of the mental hamster wheel, really, of
you're stuck
emotions.
in that cycle.
Yeah. So I did end up with a problem. And that did carry over to some of my work with GRL. I mean, I was pretty good about like taking breaks like when I had to and like being really on my stuff when it came to professional things and like making sure I was doing my work. But I can't even imagine how much better I would have been in every single way had I not been doing that. But I couldn't get out of it.
Right.
And I was really stuck in that. So when GRL, disbanded, not by choice, that did give me the opportunity to take some time and really sit with myself. And it actually took, there'd been many times where I tried to force it or tried to stop on my own, get help in different ways, that are all part of my story that I would never take back and definitely helped me to get to where I am now. But it wasn't until after my mom passed and then I was gifted so generously this session with this master healer that I've been working with for so long, that I was really able to cut that off and then fully start my healing journey. Because you can't really heal when those toxic things are in your system.
Absolutely.
It's just, just the cycle will keep repeating.
Do you feel like if GRL had continued on, you wouldn't have been able to heal and get through those
I do
demons?
believe that. I do believe that. I like to believe that wouldn't be true, but if I really think about it, then yeah, I feel like I would have been in a really bad place. I already was in a really bad place, and I don't think it would have gotten better. I think it would have gotten worse.
So we talk about like all these hits that you're experiencing, and they're big and they're devastating. And now you're really leaning into your own path with your spiritual journey and getting into holistic healing also for yourself. And I know that you're very, very into holistic healing. You have studied it as well with
Ayurveda.
Ayurveda. I'm so sorry, guys. I have practiced it so much.
I thought it was Ayurveda before I went to school for it too, so you're all good.
Okay,
it's hard to say.
I feel better. And then you went to school for it. This was
did.
after GRL.
This was after GRL. So ever since I was a tiny tot, like back when I first became super passionate about entertainment, like I was also really passionate about everything spiritual. Like I just came out like that. Definitely past life remembrance for sure. Holistic medicine, all the things. And so I always imagined myself delving into that world in some form or another at some point. I didn't anticipate doing it so soon, but when the pandemic hit, my dad and stepmom actually approached me and they were like, hey, so we think you should go back to school. Like you need to do something because like what you're doing right now isn't really working. And it was such an ego blow. And they did this to me when I had COVID. So I was like,
not when you're down.
Yeah. And at the same time, my apartment had flooded. So I was like, pipes are leaking. My emotions are going crazy. It was so symbolic.
Another ego hit.
Yeah. It was such a breakthrough. The universe was like, we got to make this so obvious for her. And so it was a really beautiful experience. I did go back to school for 2 years. I went through the whole process. I worked at a wellness center for a while after that. I, worked with some private clients and really beautiful experience that I still take with me and lots of pieces of that play a part in everything I'm doing now. And I imagine will only continue to play a huge role.
Yeah, and it was such I feel like it's literally, I can tell how different you are. I feel like you've really leaned into that, and it really aligns with your spirituality. I tell my friends all the time, because I'm quite spiritual myself, but like, I tell my friends all the time, Natasha is beyond spiritual. Every time I see you, you're rattling off something else. I'm like, I have no idea.
My life, it's my version of Delulu. Like normal people, I'm sure you and the listeners
Delulu
will probably
extra.
understand me, but normal people are kind of like, they'll look at me like, and I just forget that I'm a little bit weird, but it's fine.
No, it's actually so normal in Hollywood too. Like you're fine. You're in the right place.
That's true. Born and raised in LA, so I'm just naturally like, I lean into that. But
Well, this is happening during the pandemic that your stepdad and your stepmother talk to you about this.
My real dad, but yeah.
Your real dad, so sorry.
No,
your
you're
real
fine.
dad and your stepmother talk to you about this, and then you start going to school. But then following that, you actually released your debut solo
yes,
single,
I did.
Love Me Like Me,
Yeah.
in 2021. And this is such a powerful affirmation song. Everyone stream it right after you rate the show 5 stars. Natasha Slayton, Love Me Like Me. And I actually saw you perform it live
Yes.
right before the pandemic started. And
first
I
time.
actually begged you. That was the one I liked the most. I begged you to release it. I begged you to release it. I begged you to release it. And then you finally dropped it in 2021. And this is your true entry as Natasha Slayton solo artist. You know, how is that dynamic different from, you know, releasing in a group as you had been doing?
Oh my gosh, so different. I mean, this very much embodied me and my journey and
Everything we just
I'd been
talked
through.
about
Yeah,
right
all
now
of it.
is all in that song.
All of it. And, you know, even if I release nothing else ever in my life, and I hope that's not the case, but even if, I will be so happy that that song is out there.
It's such an incredible, powerful song.
But
oh my gosh.
there was like, you know, not a lot of promotion. I had to pay out of pocket for, you know, my publicist friend to get me in a few little outlets here and there and like do a couple podcasts and things like that. But
yeah, it's hard when you're indie, especially coming from
Yeah.
a giant machine
Yeah, it
where you
was
had
very
everyone
different.
handling it for you, and
Yeah.
you just knew you had like show up at this time, you know, be here, say
yeah,
this.
this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
But the thing is too is like that's why I hadn't released, because it's like, okay, well, there's this certain caliber now that I'm expecting to be able to live up to with GRL, and not that this song does, but this is so me that it feels
It deserves its life.
so
it
aligned and
deserves
so right.
to be seen and heard.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it's so
still proud of
incredible.
it.
Oh, you should be proud of it. I want to sing it right now, but I don't want to sing.
Go sing.
Okay, wait.
I'm not gonna sing, but
All
you can
that
sing.
I never needed. I'm so nervous. I was looking in the mirror. I can't do it.
Love it.
I'm too nervous to sing it, but I'll sing it on the way here.
beautiful.
It's such a great affirmation song. So guys, if you haven't listened to it, it's also just like confronting sobriety. It's not necessarily a sobriety song, but just coming clean with yourself and embracing yourself and realizing that you truly do not need love outside of the love that you give yourself. And
Yeah.
I think that's so powerful.
Yeah,
and
it's about really finding that feeling that we're
Yeah.
all searching for. So instead of anesthetizing ourselves with whatever it is, you know,
You had to write the song for yourself, but honestly, it's healing for the world. I think that's
you.
something that the world needs to hear and needs to embrace as well, just because I think a lot of us naturally search for love and validation in other people and other things and accomplishments. But, you know, taking the time to sit down and reflect and being like, you know what, loving myself is more than enough. And you had to go through everything that you went through for the song to even come about.
absolutely.
Well, I'm a huge fan of Love Me Like Me. Honestly, it's extremely inspiring. It is the affirmation song, but I also wanted to know if we were going to get any more Natasha Slayton solo music.
Hopefully eventually. I would
Yeah.
love to do that. The timing hasn't presented itself. And you know what's so interesting is that, at least to me, it's interesting, but a couple of years ago when I was going through school, I was feeling so much discord between wanting to go to school and wanting to, you know, delve into holistic medicine in such an in-depth way, but then also being conflicted and wanting to keep pursuing music. And I
Right.
literally had a moment where I asked God and I said, please take this desire away from me if it's not what you're wanting me to pursue right now.
Okay.
And for the first time in my entire life, that desire just went whoop.
Where is it
came right
now?
It is still there. It's coming
Okay.
back. It's coming back slowly but surely. But it really did get kind of lifted off of me for the time being, where I was able to focus more on what I was currently needing to pursue, which was really
Right.
great because it allowed me to be more present in that moment versus
Yeah.
feeling that like. Yeah, so now that I'm feeling more and more like performing again and doing music again
Yeah.
and feeling like there is a market and that I'm not aged out completely of the
You're not
business.
aged out at all. Seriously. I feel like
would like to,
I
but
feel
it
like everyone feels
depends.
that way too.
I'd love to do a GRL reunion too.
Oh, we're gonna
So.
get into that. Oh my gosh, I'm still to this day manifesting this GRL reunion, and I
It needs to
know it's
happen.
happening.
I want it to happen.
I know it's happening.
Lauren now lives in London. That's
Yeah.
where she's from. Emmeline's back in Canada, where she's from. Paula and I are still here. But yeah, I mean, logistically, it's a little bit more difficult. Emmeline and Lauren have kids now, but it's still totally possible.
And you guys would crush it. You guys were when you guys so for context, Lulu, GRL did have a little reunion in 2021.
did.
The four original girls got back together and they started working on new music.
And then Paula left.
Then Paula left. She's
my
a
really good friend.
Gemini, so
Yeah, she is.
happy birthday
Yeah,
to Paula's
she is.
Gemini season. But she's a Gemini, so she backed out of the project. But
Oh my gosh, Paula.
Natasha and Emmeline and Lauren continued on as a three as far as they could go before I think Emmeline had to go back to Canada, and then
Yeah, there was just not a lot of, like funding going on, and we are all adults. We have to pay for our lives. We have to do our things. So the timing just wasn't right. We were still in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
There were a lot of different variables that made it not so easy. And so, we just thought that it would be better to stop forcing it. Not that we didn't want to do it. We just felt like there would be a time, and then, Emmeline didn't have kids at that time. So then that happened. And, there's a lot of different things that have developed.
Life happens.
Yeah, life happens.
Life happens.
But I know we all still want to, and Paula actually does want to be part of it. So she, as far as I know, she'll be back.
oh my gosh, Paula,
love you,
please,
Paula.
for me personally, Paula, will you please do it?
Yeah, no, she wants to. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh my
I can't
gosh.
say when because I don't know, but
What about all the music that you had recorded in that new iteration of GRL?
so good.
It's so good.
There are so many songs. It really is good. And
It's so good.
I don't like to toot my own horn all the
No,
time.
toot
but
it. Can I toot it? Can I toot it? Natasha played me some of the
It's
songs in
so
my car.
good.
I lost my freaking Deacon mind, y'all. It is so good, and it's so perfectly GRL, and
It
it's
really is.
GRL in the 2020s.
Yeah,
I
I
cannot
really
believe
want
how
people
perfect
to,
it is.
to hear it. So
We're manifesting it. Bestie Lulus, we're all setting an intention, new GRL music, and we're all streaming it and supporting it, and we're so excited to hear it. And we're also excited to hear your solo music as well.
thank you.
And of course, we believe in divine timing. Whenever it's
Yeah.
right, we're ready for you. We're ready to experience it and hear it.
Thanks, Ryan.
Of course.
Love you.
Oh my God,
You're
I'm gonna
always
be the
so
first person to listen.
supportive.
You make it so easy to be supportive. I love everything you do. I love everything you do, including what you're doing now. So, Natasha,
I was gonna be like, what am I doing now? But I totally know. Yeah.
we're about to segue. Natasha is also a very talented lip print reader. And if you guys don't know what lip printing yet, it's essentially like tarot, but it's looking into your lip print. You put lipstick on, you kiss the paper, and Natasha can read your lip print to tell you a little bit more about yourself. You uncover a little bit more about who you are, attributes of yourself. I've gotten so many from Natasha. I have them on my office wall, and I look at them all the time. Not only is it beautiful in art, but she nails it.
Oh, thank you.
You nail it. You're so good at it. You're so talented at it.
It's such a random thing that came up that I didn't even know about until a few years ago, literally when I was finishing my last year of school.
Right.
And someone was doing it at this bridal shower that I went to, and immediately I was like, oh my God, what is this? I geeked out. I girled out. I was like, I
Yes.
need this in my life
It's everything you
absolutely
love.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It was like the spirituality mixed with the glam.
Mm-hmm.
And fun fact, it actually is half research science and half intuitive art form. So while it is reminiscent of things like tarot or palmistry, it also is very rooted in, those things are rooted in a bit of science as well. But
Yeah,
I know
there's a
some people
science
will
behind this
debate.
as well.
Yeah. But it's also a lot like graphology or the study of handwriting analysis. But yeah, it's very much a snapshot of the current moment, and it's also very much like a love letter from your highest self to you. So it gives you a lot of like confirmations, and it talks about your personality traits and your energy and your stress levels, and sometimes things like guardian angels or health concerns will pop up. But it's very loving and very
It's very reassuring. I always feel
Yeah.
like when you give me a lip print reading, I feel like it's a hug. It's
Thank
a
you.
reassurance, and I need it. Like I never even know how mad I need it until you give it to me, and it's also beautiful too.
It's cool the way that, someone's lip prints will show up on the page because it's exactly what you need in that moment. So what shows up on the page for you one time might actually change, from moment to moment because of the way that your like brainwaves and your blood vessels like help you make the lip print. Like it's really cool the way that it
I'm
works.
so excited. Natasha, would you be down to give me a really quick lip print reading
Yes.
so we could show the bestie Lulus?
Yes.
I'm so curious because last time we did this, everything was so nice and positive and good. I was definitely in a different part of my life, and where I am today, I'm so curious.
Okay, let me
to see what's going on
I don't
over
know
here.
if I can reach around. Can you get it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Here,
you
I
want to
can
hand me
grab.
the pen?
There
here
you
we go.
go.
And I brought you a brand new lipstick.
Thank
Shout
you.
out Lawless.
Shout out Lawless Vegan, right?
Yeah,
a
vegan,
vegan lipstick.
cruelty-free.
It's also available in Sephora. You know what? They're not paying me to say that. Shout out Lawless. Okay, so we're gonna do a little lip print reading.
Beautiful. Okay, you
I'm
want me
gonna
to
make eye
watch?
contact with you while I'm putting it on.
It's gonna be our lip print reading. Okay.
That's what I want it to be. Okay. I'm applying some lipstick on right now, Bestie Lulus. For anyone who's not watching the video version of the podcast, which is available exclusively on Spotify, please check it out so you can see Natasha's gorgeous face, of course, and me applying lipstick. I can't multitask. Sorry.
You're so good at this.
Am I? I
Yeah.
don't really wear lipstick. It's pretty on me,
You're
though.
a pro. It is pretty.
Thank you.
And it needs to be really dark pigmented color, bright color, so that I can really see the lip print on the page.
Should I, like, go in?
Nope, I can't tell you what to do.
Oh, okay. Okay. No feedback. All right.
I just wanted to give them a reason as to why the color is like so extreme.
Well, I like this color. Brett, what do we think?
Brett's next.
We have one for you, too.
That's true.
Is this my color, Brett? Thank you. Brett says it's my color. Okay, I feel good about that. Okay, so after we apply the lipstick, we do a little pucker, a little kiss. Pretty.
Beautiful. Okay, show me.
Here's the
Or show
kiss print, besties, and Natasha's gonna get into it. Tell us everything. Tell us the tea,
Beautiful.
Lulu, about me.
Okay.
I want to know.
So first and foremost, first thing that shows up is that your lip print is between the sizes of medium and big, but more so on the big side. So this tells me you're a go big or go home type of personality.
I am.
You prefer quality over quantity. You want to do
Yes.
things right or not at all. And you don't like
Yes.
to be nitpicked on things like time or budget. You're like, I need to just do this the right way, and that's it.
Yes.
Right?
Oh my God. Brett's like, yeah, it's all of that. I am all of that. Absolutely.
Can't promise that my writing is going to be super good right now.
No, I can,
Because
it's
I'm
way
writing
better
on my
than mine,
jeans.
trust me.
But then because you also are giving like medium lip print mixed with the big, it's telling me, you're a bit of a busy bee. You've got a lot of things going on. You'll be juggling over here, juggling over there. Always have something going on, always have something to do, and like to schedule yourself well in advance when possible.
Well in advance.
But if things don't go exactly according to plan, you might have a tendency to beat yourself up just a little bit.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
Your lip prints are asking you to take time to, be present,
You're nailing it.
get a little bit more grounded, and really enjoy the process, and also take time to acknowledge the things that you're doing. Give yourself credit for all you do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's immediately so insightful and resonating because, like, yes, especially where I am in my life right now.
Yeah, definitely. And it might also be pretty detail oriented, which I actually know to be true. But
Yes.
because the top lip is coming in a bit more thin than maybe we would see in a typical like big all the way through size lip print.
Yeah.
That is telling me that you are a bit detail oriented, and you're very good with the details.
I am very detail oriented, besties.
The way that the corners are coming in, they're actually cut off. Can you see this?
Yeah.
I don't know if I need to show you.
They're not attached to each other, yeah.
Yeah, so the corners are cut off on the sides, which tells me you are really focused on taking care of business at the current moment. And so this is another affirmation that getting present with yourself in the current time and like really enjoying the process of what you're going through is going to be super important right now. Just slowing down, taking a breath.
Okay.
I could use that too right now. So this is just that reminder. And
Damn,
there's-
this is eating me alive.
No, but these are all good things. On the bottom lip, so top lip represents external world, things that are going on outside of the self. So people, circumstances, situations, and events that are going
Right.
on outside of the self, whereas bottom lip is more internal world, things to do with the self. Now, when we look at the internal world, we do have seeds of transformation coming up. So these are a lot of new things, new projects that are going on, things that
Really?
will either affect you
The lip
in a
print could see
positive way.
that?
Oh, absolutely. But as well as the community or world at large. So the things that you're working on
Besties.
right now, keep going. This
Hey.
is your confirmation of those things. These are good
Oh my
things
God,
to keep
claiming
going.
I needed that so bad. Thank you so much.
Keep going. And if any ideas are coming up, I know you're working on things right now, literally as we speak, but if
As we
any
speak.
new inspirations come up,
Yeah.
follow those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely.
Going, my writing is terrible right now.
That's so good. It's so reassuring.
Get grounded. Let's see what else. Energetically speaking, the lip print is a little bit what I would say splotchy in colorization. So like some of the pieces are very pigmented, others are a little bit more light. This tells me there's some up and down energy going on. So like you'll have bursts of energy and then you'll be really tired. It's almost like you're go, go, go until no, you crash and burn and have to stop and take a rest. So
Yes.
more rest, more often. I think this all comes down to everything we've already been talking about.
Right.
But when it comes to like family and friends right now, you're actually very energized.
Okay.
There's like some prominent
Yeah.
energy there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's giving you some extra life right now.
It's the only thing giving me life right now. Thank you, besties.
There are some stress lines. So finding ways to, relieve some stress or figuring out ways that can help you feel a little bit less physically and emotionally drained will be helpful right now. Again, a lot going on. It's easier said than done. I understand that. And then last thing I'll say, there's so much more to say. There's so much here. I want to keep reading.
I feel like it's like art.
I want to keep reading. We are having a bit of a wavy lower print.
Okay.
So this is, waviness represents like creativity.
Oh.
And when it's on the lower print, because we're talking internal world, it's to do with the self, this might be telling you to, if you've got some creativity that you're not fully sharing yet, that you can and should be sharing more of this, sharing more of yourself.
Okay.
If you've got it, flaunt it, so to speak.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start flaunting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you. Wait, what
You're
part of the
welcome.
lip print says how Delulu I am?
Good question. It doesn't really, though.
Okay, well, the Delulu's up here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's that creativity that's coming through. You have a couple, I didn't actually even talk about shapes. So we've got a round shape, but we've also got a diamond, and we also have a square or a rectangle. So the rectangle tells me you are good at solving problems, bit of a problem solver and go-to person. Like, people feel comfortable going to you to solve these problems.
Right.
But you're also a bit of a peacekeeper. Like, you like things running smoothly. You don't not a fan of things like controversy or confusion.
You're nailing it. Brett could have read this for us.
Don't even have to know how to do a lip print reading. Just talk about Ryan, okay? It's all right here.
It's all there.
And then there is also an element of there being a diamond, which, makes sense because it's like diamonds, diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Yes.
Well, diamond people are everyone's best friend.
Okay.
They're also successful in the things that they do, sometimes in all of the things they do. And if there's something that you feel you should be doing or could be doing, like, this is that recognition that you're going to be successful doing it. And you're also really good at helping other people to become successful. So if you know how to do something, you know how to teach someone else how to do it.
Thank you. Oh my God, I love all that. And that's exactly what I want to do too. Like, I want to bring everyone up with me. I want to see everyone succeed. So I love hearing that. And it reassures me that I'm like, okay, I'm not like just egotistical.
No, not at all. And I'll finish writing down the things when we're done, but for sake of the show, I'm gonna not
I
write.
love that. That was so good. You're so talented and you did it so like quick.
Thank you. I'm so passionate about it. It's so much fun. And, a lot of times we'll have slower readings or longer readings. So I can take my time and not be like, oh, peppy, here's this, here's that.
Absolutely.
But, the faster readings, you get my energetic
that was
side.
still very, very, very in-depth though.
Thank you.
Even though you were doing a quick one for us and we so appreciate it. But also, besties, if you want to get a lip print reading from Natasha, you can go to kissandtellbynatasha.com or hit up Natasha on Instagram. You can DM her at Natasha Slayton.
Or at Kiss and Tell by Natasha.
Or at Kiss and Tell by Natasha as well. And it is
Thank
a really
you for the
incredible
shout
experience. Oh my God, of course. Everyone
Thank you.
go get a lip print reading with Natasha. She could do it virtually as well.
I can do it virtually. Yeah. I mostly do like parties and events.
Yeah.
And then I do have individualized readings as well. And I'm going to set up an easier, more streamlined system. So probably by the time this episode comes out, there'll be a way to actually book. But for now, you can still book. You just have to reach out to me, whether email or DM.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Get your lip prints read, besties. That was incredible. Thank you.
Of course.
Oh
Thanks for letting me share.
Of course. Oh my God, that was super fun.
Love
I'm
reading
gonna
your
keep
lip
that.
prints.
Thank you. You're really good at it. And it's interesting because actually, like I said before, when you read me last time, I was in a little more lax place in my life and everything was kind of chill, easy breezy peasy, right? And I am feeling like I'm so focused on this project, which is the podcast right now. And like, it showed up in the lips, in the lip
Yeah,
print.
it definitely did, for sure. It's telling you all of the things that we already talked about, which is like getting present and, taking more time for yourself and really enjoying the current moment, giving yourself credit for all the things you're doing.
That's what I really want to do right now in this moment in my life is be more present. Like, even right now, talking to you, looking at you, filming this, like, I'm really trying to ground myself and be here because, like, it's always, what's next? I have to get to the next thing. Natasha, we're going to do our game here on Delulu, WWADGD, which is...
What's that?
What would a Delulu girl do?
Ooh,
but
cute.
specifically for this episode, it is what would a Delulu GRL do?
I see what you did there.
Yes,
Okay.
I was so excited to say that. So this is where our bestie Lulus submit their questions, concerns, situations, anything that they want advice on, and we give our Delulu take or a serious take, whatever advice we have to give them.
Okay, I love that.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
So the first one that we have here is from an anonymous bestie. I regret breaking up with my boyfriend, and I feel like he looks so much better without me. Should I initiate getting back together? What do you think? I feel like, here's my answer. If you truly want them back because you missed a relationship and you miss them, I think you should. But if it's because you think they look better without you, you have to like
gonna say that.
just reflect a little. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it your ego that wants them back, or is it like you truly want them back? And then I think when you answer that question, then you could take it from there.
Yeah, that's really good advice. I very much agree with that, and didn't mean to laugh, but
No.
I was thinking like the same thing. Like,
That's good advice.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Usually my advice is like not that good. I don't know where that came from. Okay. So
good.
Basti, like really reflect on that. Yeah. I think it's because of our conversation during this show so far. I'm just like, yeah, you're right. Like I'm enlightened now. So.
yeah, and reflect on the reasons why you broke up in the first place.
Yeah. Think
And so
about if you can make it work.
Yeah.
Right. So we have another one from another anonymous bestie. They're asking, how do I move on from an ex? I have one.
Okay, go. You're coming out with all the advice right now.
Well, they come off the dome. I think what I do is I force myself to hate them. I give myself the ick from them, and then I'm good. Clean cut.
I think it depends. Like that's the thing is because like did the person break up with them or did they break up with
Yeah, there's a lot of nuance in that.
there's a lot of like little things. So
Yeah.
I think when you're getting over someone, focusing on yourself is really the best thing you can do
I always
because if
say
that
that too.
person, and this actually goes for the last question as well, if the person is supposed to come back into your life, I really truly believe that they will.
Me too.
And it'll happen organically. But sometimes it also takes time to get over someone if you were really in love with them. Like my past ex took me, not the toxic one we talked about earlier, but like the most recent one.
Yeah.
Took me a really long time, like years. There were so many things.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't date
I didn't
anyone. I
know
haven't
that.
dated anyone for years. So it's like,
Yeah, I think it really does come down to like where you are in your life too. Like there's no rush, bestie, either with moving on. It really is your situation and you know it better than yourself. And I would honestly just say, don't apply pressures to yourself to move on either. Like give it time. It's a healing process and it's a process. It's a journey and every day is a new step forward to that. So I just wouldn't rush yourself if you're trying to move on. I think that's the best thing you could do. You shouldn't try to force yourself to move on either. Like I can see where you're coming from, but yeah, give it time. Take your time with it. That's
Yeah.
what I think. Also, that's a good one too. Damn, I'm on a roll.
You're on a roll, yeah.
Well, I think I started on that one a little weak. I was like, give yourself the it, girl. But yeah, give yourself time is what we're going to go with. So we have another one. This is from another anonymous bestie. Should I believe in the signs that I see?
Yes.
Same. Immediate yes.
Immediate yes. And especially because intuitively, like you'll know if you're reaching, like if you're seeing something random and you're like, oh, that's this. But if you do feel that, then yes, it is. And you know what I would say too is not to share it with everyone because they're not going to relate to those signs as much as you do. And so that could water it down for you or like take away the validity. But if you feel like something is a sign, 1,000,000% it is.
That's really good advice about not telling people. I've never even considered that.
Because they're not going to get it the way you do. And
then they'll question it and
Yeah,
then
or if
you're
like-
going to feel less about it.
and they don't get as excited, and that like makes me sad. I'm like, hello, like jump
Right.
up and down. Come on, I'm so
Absolutely.
excited.
I'm jumping up and down.
Yeah.
I just saw that sign. I absolutely believe in signs, besties. I think the universe gives you signs for a reason. Like if you need the reassurance, if you need a reminder, if you need some sort of affirmation that things are happy or working out. Because I actually think a lot of people look at synchronicities as signs and look at people who are like, oh, people are so delulu, derogatory, and like silly about it. But really, what I always say is like, if it gives you reassurance, then believe it.
Absolutely. And the
Like-
synchronicities come in when you are aligned vibrationally. So
And
it's
that's
like,
why you notice it.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Believe in the signs. Absolutely. Like, and it doesn't matter if it's silly, if it feels silly, if it means something to you, it means something to you.
Absolutely.
I'm on a roll.
Mic drop.
I kind of. We're going to play back the other WW80Gs and they're not good. Okay, so this is our last one.
Okay.
So, what would a Delulu GRL do? Should I take him back if he cheated on me before? Ooh, a vacation moment.
Listen, I couldn't.
Okay.
That would be a hard no.
Right.
But again, it really depends. Like, did this person go through a huge, massive growth period? Did they really do the work on themselves?
Yeah.
Are they like transforming up and down, inside out? Most likely, in most cases, that is a no.
Realistic Lulu.
But if they really did the work on themselves, and it's probably not going to happen in a week or a month even, like they, then... but that's a tough one because trust is the hardest thing to build. And once you break it, can you trust?
So you would never take back anyone who's cheated on you?
I can't say never, but I
Ooh.
haven't
Okay.
to this day. And especially because
Have you been cheated on?
yes, that toxic person I was talking about. It was awful.
Oh no, were you one of the girls going through the
Yes.
breakups in Vacation?
Yes.
So for GRL lore besties, when Vacation was being recorded, 3 of the girly whirlies in GRL, Natasha being one of them, were actually going through a breakup. I believe it was Lauren as well.
Yeah, I set off the dominoes. And then it was like all of a sudden everybody was going through breakups, which was perfect because then we got to sing our song and mean every word of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Y'all were on vacation that night.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, everyone streamed Vacation by GRL, co-written by Bonnie McKee. Incredible song. And wait, was that Max too?
So fun.
Incredible song. It's a fun breakup song, if you will. That's what Emily Lily says.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think this is bad advice, and I actually acknowledge this, but I feel like I should be honest and transparent.
Yes.
I think I would take back someone who cheated on me, but I think it's because I have low self-esteem, and that's me acknowledging that. I think I have low self-esteem, so I feel like I'd be like, well, I don't blame them.
Oh, Ryan.
Oh my god.
But I love you. I'm giving you a big,
Oh my god, that's so
energetic
silly.
hug.
Thank you.
But,
well, yeah. I mean, I think I'm everything. I really think I'm everything. I really do. But also, I don't know. I guess like relationship Lulu for me, I'm like,
Does it depend on who the person is, though?
I mean, if they suck, then it's fine. If it's someone like, I don't know. Actually, I wouldn't know. I've never been in that situation. It's a hypothetical for me. So that's
Yeah.
what me thinks.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
I think
don't know.
it's individualized. If you can really get over it and really grow through it and you really believe the other person's done their work, then
You know what I
that
believe?
makes sense,
I
but-
think with me, I get really obsessive. So I think I'd probably be, if I'm at that point in a relationship with them, I'd probably be really obsessive about them. And then
Yeah.
I think I'd be like, no, I'd do anything just to like be with
Oh,
you.
okay.
And then maybe I would even understand.
well, but then that's your truth and that's okay.
Damn,
you know?
that's crazy. Bestie Lulu's, honestly, as a BFF to you, I don't think you should take back anyone cheated on you. You deserve so much better than that. And honestly, I do too. So hopefully that never happens though. Okay, well that was WWADG. We started really strong. I feel like I ended it
No,
with like
that
the
was still
saddest
really
thing.
good. No,
you
that
think
was
so?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And at least anyone can know you're getting the real Lulu here. So
Plus, you're giving different perspectives
that's what I like about that
and
game.
being transparent.
Yes,
So.
that's what I like about that game. Well, Natasha, I want to get into the T Lulu here with you
Okay.
on Delulu. So you have obviously been in the entertainment industry. You have done everything under the sun in the entertainment industry. I know
of
you know
things.
some shit, and I want to ask you if you have any hot goss, anything you want to share, anything on your mind.
I don't.
Yeah.
Is that so boring?
No.
Like, I really don't. And you know what's
That's interesting because you've been in it for a while.
And I feel like if someone were to be like, "What are you talking about? There's this, there's that," and I'd be like, "Oh yeah," but
Off the
maybe
top
I'm a
of the
little
head.
bit. I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm numb to it. I
Should
don't know.
prompt them? I have a list.
Do you? I mean, maybe. I don't have anything that's coming to mind,
Okay, well,
especially
I
not
do,
anything current.
I do have questions for you that
Okay.
aren't any hot goss or anything scandy. Just
Okay.
T Lulu, I want to know.
Great.
From GRL Natasha Slayton herself.
Okay.
So, who's your favorite Spice Girl?
So sporty because she had the powerhouse vocals. She
Yes.
was always my favorite, and I love them all.
Yeah, and you're so into the powerhouse vocals.
I'm
You're inspired by
so-
early Mariah.
Absolutely, and Sporty Spice for real. She was
Yeah,
my fave.
and Christina.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and all of the peeps.
Yeah, all the divas with the voices.
Yeah, Etta James, Aretha, Whitney, everybody.
Oh, big ones.
But what's interesting is I feel like I keep saying what's interesting, and I don't
It's
even
all
know if
interesting.
it's all interesting.
It's all interesting.
But the girls would call me Posh Spice.
Really?
And I'm totally posh.
Yeah,
Definitely Posh Spice.
definitely.
That's for sure.
You are
Especially in the
girly
group, I was like-
GRL. You were girly GRL in GRL.
yeah, girly girl.
Girly girl.
Girly girl.
Yes. I so see that. You're so unicorns and rainbows and bubbles and
Yeah,
sparkles.
and I'm not a sporty girl at all, but
Uh-huh.
unless you count like dance and stuff, but I love
And that
Sporty
is pretty
Spice.
sporty. That's sporty. That's
It
sporty.
is very
and
sporty.
And the dance that you do too, like your pole dancing is very sporty.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Takes so much strength. And I
incredibly
like
sporty.
weightlifting and Stairmaster and all that stuff.
So you are Sporty Spice.
I guess so. Just no balls.
Okay.
Nothing flying at my face. That's
Right.
that Clueless line.
I don't know. I haven't seen Clueless.
What?
I'm gonna have to watch it right after this.
Wait. Never?
Never. Yeah, Brett told me it's for so that's why I've never seen.
That is not allowed on the show. What?
Sorry. I had to sneak one for you.
You have to see Clueless.
I'm gonna see Clueless. Yeah. Okay, can we watch it together?
Yes.
Do you love it?
Yes.
Okay. Wait. Oh, I was thinking Legally Blonde.
Oh, well,
we have to see that one
clearly
too.
you are Legally Blonde because
Ooh.
what is that comment? That's amazing.
Sure
You haven't seen Legally Blonde?
No. Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god, this is the most like baffled you've been the entire show.
I'm in shock.
I haven't seen any of that. I know, and it's kind of up my alley.
Have you seen Mean Girls?
Yes. I love Mean
Well,
Girls.
don't yes me like that with you like literally haven't seen the other two.
I love Mean Girls. I don't know why the other ones. I don't know.
Wild.
Okay, we're gonna
watching
watch
them immediately.
Okay, sleepover?
Yeah.
Okay. Girls' night?
It has to happen.
Okay, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Tonight? Oh, okay, then I guess we're not watching it.
No, it's happening.
Okay, it's happening. It's happening. Okay, so I want to know, I'm so excited about this question because I want to answer it.
Okay.
What's your favorite GRL song?
That's such a hard question.
It's hard, right?
I have so many for different reasons.
Okay, can you give us all
So-
of them? I want to know so bad.
Okay. Oh, this is so hard. I'm going to name like all of them.
Okay, I'll start.
I'm literally going to name all of them.
You should. I can name all of them right
So
now.
when we were recording, I think Girls Are Always Right was like my fave.
Yeah.
The second I heard that, it had such a nostalgic like late 90s, early 2000s
Mm-hmm.
feeling to it. So I immediately loved that. Plus I love things with like a little bit of an R&B feel. But Show Me What You Got also had that. Rewind also really had that.
Yes.
Rewind was my favorite to perform because the dance just felt so good in my body.
Yeah.
But then Ugly Heart, which is our biggest song, and it just gives Simone all of her flowers. And so I just love that song so much for all that it is.
Yes.
And all that it was for all of us.
Yes. Oh my
And
gosh.
then Lighthouse because of the depth of that song and how much that honors Simone.
Yeah.
And then
These are all my favorites
I mean, like
too.
I'm literally, but I also like all the other ones that I didn't mention.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I love all of those. You actually nailed like probably all of my favorites. I love Lighthouse so much.
Yeah.
It moves me every single time. And I think my favorite is Show Me What You Got.
I love that song.
It's so
You know, Max
good.
is singing that.
Yes. You told me that. That was
Okay.
T. Lulu that you told me before. So when I listened
Him
to it,
and Emmeline. Emmeline's singing it with
mixed
him.
in, right?
Yeah.
It was so good. And there are so many incredible GRL songs that were unfortunately not even released that are also favorites. Like
Yes. Oh, Like I
fan
Do.
favorite, Like I Do.
That is probably all of our favorites only because we never got to release it. And it's such a strong song.
Can you talk to us about Like I Do? I think Max did it, right?
Max did it. Yeah.
Max did it. Max
Yeah.
Martin did Like I Do. It's an unreleased GRL gem. And can you talk to us about recording that song? And it never made the EP.
It never made the EP because of, everything that happened. And so it was just one of the last things that we recorded. It was the last thing we recorded as a 5-piece.
As a 5-piece.
So it just never came out. It wasn't supposed to be on the EP. It was supposed to come out after because we were working on songs to release, I believe, a full length.
Right. So when the EP came out and you guys were actively working on an album, right? And Like I Do was meant for the album.
Yeah, as far as I remember.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then what about the other songs that were happening during that time?
Well, we had 2 songs that I don't think did make the cut, but I loved them.
Yeah.
Want Forever and
Yes,
Turn
Want
Up the
Forever.
Radio.
Uh-huh.
Obsessed. And then we had a couple of other songs that we recorded at that time too that never came out that were also really good. And
Where are
then-
these songs now?
I don't know. It's like there's so much political stuff that goes on
Yeah,
behind the
it's
scenes.
a business.
Yeah, and there's like writers and producers and this person belongs to this label and this person belongs to that label and just so many different factors that come into play. And then with the recent songs, we just didn't have the budget to actually release them, and there's just so much.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The world needs the GRL music that hasn't come out. But Like I Do, like so good. It's so
Thank you. Thank
incredibly
you.
good.
Oh yeah, I forgot I played that.
She
in secret
also
in your car,
played
in my car.
it for me secretly. Yeah, it was so good.
I'm really good about like not leaking things and
Yeah,
like
it
not
is-
releasing.
it is
I don't
not
have
leaked.
no idea how that one version. It
Like
wasn't
I
like
Do.
the finished version or any. I have no idea how that came out.
And then all the other unreleased music from GRL and the GRL revival that is also unreleased. Like we're still manifesting that all comes
I
out.
hope so, yeah, because that's what we didn't have the budget to release at first, which I don't know. Like, I'm not really supposed to say that we didn't have the budget, but that's the truth.
Well, we're gonna
So-
work on that because we're gonna manifest being, able to do whatever projects we want to do
Yes.
with no
Amen.
constraints.
Amen.
That's where I'm coming from. You know what I was gonna say initially, guys, and this is what I learned through the show. My ego was gonna say we're gonna manifesting being billionaires, but then I changed it because I was like, I want to be open. So I said we're gonna be able to do the projects we want to do with no constraints.
Yeah.
There we go. And watch it happen now. and we will be streaming the new GRL music. So this is kind of along the lines of what we already talked about a little bit, but you would be so down for a GRL revival.
Absolutely.
And the other girls would be down.
1,000%. I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
We got to make it happen. Okay, I'm
be so
manifesting it. I'm going to start it in my next manifestation journal because the first time I did it, it did happen.
That's true. Robin literally just sent me a voice note about, she's like, let's do it. I'm like, Rob, hello. I've told you I'm so down. Like, what do you mean?
Robin, I'm on board. Yes.
Yeah. But Paula took her class and sort of teased that there was going to be a GRL reunion. I'm like, what are you saying to these fans? They're going to get so hyped.
I didn't even know about this. I am getting hyped right now on camera. What do you mean? Paula, don't play with us. She's a Gemini, though, so we'll take it. We'll take it with a grain of salt. But we would obviously
It'll be so
love.
fun. I'm
yes.
down.
Okay.
Always.
Well, my last Lulu question for you is, how far along was this GRL album? So was the first original 5 songs on the GRL EP, Ugly Heart, Show Me What You Got, Rewind, Girls Are Always Right, and Don't Talk About Love, were they all going to be on the album as well?
I don't know. I think so.
They should.
I imagine that was just like the EP and that they were also going to be on the album and that we would have had, I guess, maybe double the amount of songs, or I'm not sure.
What? I actually have a Lulu question for you.
Okay.
So during that time period, you had management and you had a lot of people, a lot of cooks in the kitchen kind of like telling y'all what to do and, where to go and what, you're hitting your marks, right? What was that experience like, just being like directed, the entire time?
I mean, as far as being directed, I think that was more to do with like maybe the choreography and stage direction and things like that. But we did have our own say with like how we felt about certain things. I think the thing that we had the least amount of say in was like the music we were recording, but they always made sure we liked it.
Okay.
But there were
so if there was anything you hated, they would be flexible of being like,
100%. But there was nothing we hated. Like they were really good at like bringing
it made sense.
The music that made sense. Yeah, that they knew was us. But I mean, okay, Robin is a really close friend now. But we definitely collided at the beginning. Like it was always a love-hate relationship with shout out Robin. She knows
Hi,
this,
Robin.
But I was in a different place and she was definitely in a different place for sure. So that was difficult at times, and it's interesting because
now you guys are really close.
It's interesting again.
It is. That is genuinely interesting. This is all interesting
because I had an idea of like what I wanted to look like and the kind of clothes I wanted to wear and the kind of image I wanted to have, and she really had that image in her mind as well. So I think more of my pushback probably came from a fear of like maybe they don't see who I'm wanting to be, and I don't want to be molded into something. And there was a long time where she like really wanted me to be a redhead, and I was like, I'm not gonna be a redhead, Robin. Like I am brunette, and that could have worked, but it just didn't feel right. So like things like that, where I was like, no,
that is insane.
I wasn't afraid to say no. I was never afraid to say no.
I'm also really not afraid to say no, but good. I'm glad that you really advocated for yourself.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine you as a redhead. I mean, you would look incredible, of course.
Oh, thank you.
But you're a brunette, Yeah,
Natasha it was more so when Natalie was in the group because she was already known to a lot of the fan base and she was a brunette. So that was before GRL when it was PCD.
Well, you know what? We're going to do a little rewind right now, which by the way is a GRL reference. It's on the EP, but we're going to do a quick little rewind. I have a fun fact, Lulu, about this GRL lore, and I think it'd be interesting to talk about.
Okay.
But when you were originally in PCD 2.0 and it transitioned to GRL, you've actually talked about how you cried.
Yeah,
you did not want to do it. You did not want to do it.
Cry.
You wanted to do PCD 2.0.
It turned out so much better in retrospect for us.
Yes.
Like we got to be a brand new thing, and we got to also like bring in some of that like Spice Girl energy, which is really part of the energy that we were cultivating.
Yeah.
And we still got to have, of course, some of that Pussycat Doll sexiness, but because I was so like I loved like the R&B and the sexiness at that time, and like
it was like
it just
burlesque.
felt very me. Yeah, but then I can't deny that GRL was me as well. So it's like, but when they told us they were like changing the name and doing all this, and I was a little bit overwhelmed at the news, but quickly it became a positive thing. So.
I mean, it ended up being a cultural phenomenon, and I feel like with Pussycat Dolls 2.0, it just would have been another iteration of like what was already done.
Yeah, we can't redo that. And the Pussycat Dolls were so epic and iconic, and definitely deserve to stand on their own. And if there ever is a PCD 2.0, because again, never say never. Like I'm sure that'll be amazing as well.
Yeah.
The whole idea behind it was how they had the
lead.
like the live burlesque shows and how
Yes.
those lead singers would always change and
Yeah.
like everything was always moving and flowing. So she kind of wanted to do the same thing and keep it alive with the group. So not necessarily make it the same thing, but just be able to keep it going.
Would
But,
all
you know,
5 girls be
harder
the
when it's
lead in PCD 2.0?
It would have been the same as with GRL.
Okay,
Yeah.
it just would have been under the branding of Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, now you reflect on that and it's like, it happened exactly how it needed to happen.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Jiro was such a bright, bubbly, just fun, like energetic,
Yeah.
young.
It was
girl
everything
group.
it needed to be.
It definitely was. And you brought the right energy to it.
Thank you.
So we talked a lot about your Delulu throughout the show. And you have been the OG Delulu. You've been Delulu since you were very,
Since
very
I was
young.
born.
Me too, girl. So I wanted to talk to you about your most Delulu take. I know you got them.
I have so many, and I think, I don't necessarily think you're going to think I'm Delulu, and I don't even think your listeners will. I just
Okay.
think day to day, I've always believed in magic.
Yes, me
Everything is
too.
energy, and so I
Yes.
think from a young age, just knowing that was real and believing that was real. When I come into contact with most people, that's not necessarily
They're not always
their
going to see eye to
view.
eye. Yeah.
So to them, I might seem Delulu. I mean, I also have this feeling because I watched so many monster movies and so much Twilight Zone and Outer Limits when I was younger that if I'm in the deep end of a pool or any part of the pool, that it's going to open up to another dimension and
I don't
monsters are
think
going to
that's
come out and
Delulu.
eat me.
I hate water. I don't even want to get in
it's
water.
totally possible.
I mean, it is possible. Like, absolutely. That's not Delulu at all. Give me
And
something juicy.
It didn't help that like my dad had a huge life-size creature from the Black Lagoon statue. He's obsessed with monsters.
That's horrifying.
So actually, I mean, I felt protected by the creature. I'm not going to lie.
That one's Delulu. I think that
I
one's
felt
Delulu.
He's sweet. It's fine. No, but so yeah, I always think there's going to be something that grabs me even in a pool.
Okay.
But I'm also the girl that wears Moldavite and a Zestulite taped to her third eye some nights for spiritual expansion when I sleep, and that I don't think that's Delulu
Yeah, I don't
at
think
all.
that's Delulu
but some
at all.
people,
I don't
would
think
be
any
like,
of us are
"What?"
going to think that's
Yeah.
Delulu. I will say being comforted by the Black Lagoon monster is a little Delulu to me.
He's sweet.
I'll take that one.
He's sweet. He's strong. He
Okay.
scares off the bad guys.
Okay, well, I need him then, because honestly, yeah, I wouldn't mind that energy in my life. So you know what? I take it back.
I'm happy being Delulu. It's fine.
Me too. I love being Delulu. It's like I think it's why I'm so positive. Everyone who's asked me like, why are you so positive? First, I'm faking it, and two,
Ryan.
it's because I like living my own little world. You know what I mean? So, and then I'd rather just be, I'd rather be focusing on the positive things in life.
Yeah, that's so important, but it's also important not that you're doing this, but not to spiritually bypass any of the emotions that might come up or the things that. So we sit
Feel
in them,
what you
we
need to
feel
feel.
them,
Absolutely, 100%.
and we acknowledge them, and then we can try to
and be a
shift
dreamer.
things.
Yeah.
Totally, always be a dreamer.
I love that. So honestly, yeah, you're right. I don't think any of that felt that Delulu to me, but I can see
Is
how
that
maybe.
enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you got anything wild.
Have I ever shared anything that's like very Delulu?
No, because I believe everything that you tell me really strongly, but I'm quite Delulu myself. So
Yeah, like I believe in mermaids and fairies. I just
Same.
think that we
I'm
have to get on the
actually-
frequency that they're on in order to see them. but-
100%. I have a little TV show I'm doing with mermaids soon. They're mermaid twins. Their names are Olivia and Anita, and it's going to be a cute little thing. I'm going to do a sync with Netflix.
Okay.
I have little toys and dolls of them too.
What?
Yeah, I'll show you later.
Okay.
Okay, yay. You're going to support that show? Yeah.
Delulu. Okay.
Tell
Do you
me.
believe that inanimate objects have feelings?
Um,
Because if this bear was like sitting by itself, I would cry.
Okay,
Like I would be so sad. Or like if plants are neglected at a store, and I will cry.
Okay,
like you
me-
have to
me
buy that
thinks a
plant.
little
That dying
Delulu.
plant is so sad. Are you kidding? Or like I'm really nice to my objects. Like if I run into my trash can accidentally, I'm like, I'm so sorry.
really.
Yeah, because you want to respect your space, and it's still all energy, and it
Okay.
still carries a signature of
When you
frequency.
explain it like that, I'm on board. But I don't know, because then, sorry.
See? He just apologized to the microphone.
Okay, for context,
on
Lulu,
board.
it's because Brett doesn't like it when I hit it.
Oh,
so I was
you apologized to
apologizing.
Brett.
I was apologizing to editing Brett in the future.
Okay, fair enough.
But also, sorry, microphone.
I
no.
projected.
God, it's okay. It's okay. Well, I wanted
saw
to
what I
clarify
wanted to
Lulu
see.
that. But with the teddy bear, Lulu, he was sitting there waiting for you.
He was.
Yeah.
He's so soft.
Isn't he cool?
Yeah.
He's
I've
good,
been petting
huh?
him this whole time and probably just like,
I know. We
Yeah.
need to put
What
him
is all
out
over
for the
me?
Delulu besties.
oh, his hair is all over me. Okay. If you guys see that I'm covered in fuzz in the video,
Lulu.
It's Lulu.
It's Lulu. Okay, so we're going to play another game.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah, this one's fun. This one's going to be a quick fire one, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to play a game of claim or rebuke.
Okay.
Claim being you accept, and rebuke being you reject. You
Those
don't
are
want this.
strong words.
Strong words.
Okay.
So
So I
really
have to feel strongly.
feel strongly about these.
Okay.
I got 4 for you.
Okay.
I feel strongly about all of these. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are we claiming or rebuking boy bands?
Oh my gosh, claiming.
What's your favorite boy band?
NSYNC.
Really?
Yeah.
I think
What's
mine's
yours?
One Direction.
Okay, you're
I think
younger than me, so
That's the
makes
only one I
sense.
know, actually. Are there other boy bands?
You don't know NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
I'm aware of them.
Wow.
By the way, Max Martin did also do music for both of them.
Yeah.
There you go. That's how I know them. I'm a big Max
That
Martin
was
fan.
my time. Back in my day.
Oh my God, you're not even that much older than me. Trust me. Okay, so I'm also claiming boy bands, to be honest.
Absolutely. I love them all.
Okay, are we claiming or rebuking touring again?
Oh, claiming.
Claiming.
That would be so fun.
I also really want to tour.
Yes.
I'm claiming that one really heavy.
That would be so fun.
How was the Claire's tour? Oh no. What's Delulu? What's Delulu?
The tea is that we didn't really get to perform. We performed like twice on that tour. Mm-hmm. And oh my
was
gosh,
more like a
sorry,
meet and
Lulu's
greet.
hair is literally all over me.
I see it flying everywhere.
It's flying everywhere.
I saw that it was more like a mall meet and greet.
Yeah, there were a lot of mall meet and greets, and so I think the bus wasn't like it was cool. It was cool on the outside.
I mean,
It
you
was
got to
like-
see your big ass versions of yourselves.
Yeah, it was really awesome. Okay, wait, I don't want to seem ungrateful. It was
No,
really cool.
you're allowed to
but
feel
it
any type of way.
also we didn't get to record, or I'm sorry, we didn't get to tour that much.
Okay.
Oh my
right.
god, no! What am I saying?
You toured in
we didn't
Australia
get
as
to
well.
perform.
Yeah.
We didn't get to perform.
Okay, yeah. But then now moving on to like the All About That Bass tour when you opened for Meghan Trainor.
That was so fun.
That looks incredible.
That was really fun. But we
Yeah.
only had a few shows,
Yeah.
so
I
yeah.
mean, the Australian fans are so massive
They're
of
amazing.
GRL, and I'm sure they're watching
Shout
this
out
right now.
Australia.
Yay. Okay. Are we claiming or rebuking a GRL revival?
Oh, claiming. Claim for
Claiming
sure.
hard. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
if it's meant to be, claim.
Oh, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. It's meant to be. It's meant to be. It's happening. Okay. Or are we claiming or rebuking joining an entirely new girl group?
No, rebuke.
Rebuke.
It just wouldn't feel right.
I get
My
that.
heart's with GRL.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, they could be amazing, but
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, never say never.
Right.
But yeah, it's safe to say rebuke.
Okay. I think rebuke too.
Strong word, but rebuke.
I'm rebuking that you will join another one. I'd be like, what's happening? I feel like my
No.
identity just got split.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, that's fair.
For me.
Okay, that was fun. Yay. How'd you feel about that? Those
Did
were
I
strong.
pass?
Well, you did the best you could.
Fair enough.
Yes, you
Fair
passed. You passed. You passed. You passed. There was no definite answer.
You didn't pass. Let's actually talk about that. You
Oh.
need to see, you passed that part of the game. But like,
Okay.
we need to
Let's get into it.
get you into NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Oh.
Legally Blonde.
Oh.
And Clueless, like right away.
Okay, those are my
Right
doses
away.
of Delulu that we need to get into. Okay,
Yeah.
I will start with the boy band ones because I can
Okay.
stream those, and the other ones are movies. I don't have time for those right now. You know, I'll make time.
Fair. No, it's fair.
I'll make time.
We'll make time when the
Yeah.
timing's right, when it aligns.
Absolutely.
But
We're
it
all
has
about
to
divine
happen.
timing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, you passed. It's fine.
Okay. Good. We restored. I redeemed myself.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that. Well, Natasha, this has been beyond incredible.
Love you so much. Thank you for
love
having me.
you.
I'm so proud of you, and I'm so thankful that you guys hung out with me this whole time.
No, this was so much fun. Are you kidding me? And like everything that you said was so empowering and insightful, and like I learned so much more about you, and I feel like I know you really well already.
You know me better than I know myself,
That's
Ryan.
not true.
It is the truth. You remember more about me than I remember.
I
about
do
myself.
remember a lot of things. It's just because I'm from Georgia. I'm country like that.
I love it.
Georgia, the state. But yeah, so I really appreciate you being here. And this was really healing for me too. I'm honestly taking a lot of what you said. I'm going to apply it to my life. I feel like I'm going to be more grounded. I'm sad that we're closing the show right now, but that's how I know I'm present in the moment because I'm sad that the show's closing. But we end every show by manifesting together. We're going to speak what we want into existence, and the universe is listening, and we're going to have it manifest. So, is there anything right now that you want to manifest? It could be serious, silly, fun, anything you want. I'll start.
Okay.
I'm manifesting a GRL revival. Period.
you were gonna say
Claiming.
that.
Yeah. I set up the entire show for that one
I
bit.
knew it. I knew it.
So
Amen.
Paula, please commit.
She's in. She's in.
Okay, I believe you.
And then I'm manifesting my ability to continue tuning in with spirit and listening. Where I'm being called?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing at me?
No, because yours is so much more enlightened and better than mine.
No, I'm trying to listen and just, whatever is meant for my highest good, because I don't want to get in the way.
I feel like you already have all that too, and that's nice. So we're welcoming more of it.
Yeah.
Welcoming more of it.
Yeah.
You're deeply enlightened. Like I tell all my besties,
No.
you're the most spiritual person I know. Genuinely. You're super spiritual. And it shows.
It's just how I live. I'm my friend Kate, who's a sound healer, she says she's part woo-woo, part true.
Oh, and
I
she's about to be part Delulu.
Yeah, I'm on that train.
Okay. Well, can I ask you?
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is the most peaceful you've ever been in your life?
In my life, yes.
Really?
Absolutely.
And it was quite a journey to get here.
Yeah, and it helps that I've been on a cleanse for a really long time.
You have been.
So I feel like I'm vibrating.
In all my recent memory, you have been on this cleanse.
Yes, it's been very long. Yeah.
Well, you were glowing. So
Thank you.
It's working.
I love
fear
you.
it's working. I love you. Well, I'm manifesting that GRL reunion.
Okay.
And we're manifesting staying closer to higher self.
Yes.
And that's beautiful, honestly. Both can exist.
Both can exist.
Both can exist. Well, Natasha, thank you so much for being here.
I love you.
I love you. And besties, this was your healthy dose of Delulu. So now you can go live your true Lulu. Natasha, where can the besties find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Natasha Slayton or at Kiss and Tell by Natasha for lip print readings, and kissandtellbynatasha.com also for lip print readings. And I guess TikTok, Natasha Slayton with 2 N's at the end because someone took my name.
Kind of wild because you're the only Natasha Slayton.
I think I might have taken my name. Like back when it was, what was it before TikTok?
Musically?
Yes. So I don't know, but I couldn't get it. Instagram is
you.
regular. Just I don't really post on TikTok. It's so bad. I need to get better. But just let's do Instagram.
It's okay. We'll find Natasha on Instagram. And besties, you can also follow GRL at GRL across all platforms as well, so you want to stay updated for when this revival happens, because it's happening. We just spoke into existence on this show. And besties, if you love this episode, please be sure to follow the show and click the bell button to be notified of every new episode. There are new episodes every Delulu Thursday. And besties, if you could do us a massive favor, if you love this episode, if you love this show, please rate it 5 stars. And if you do, Natasha and I will personally sing you affirmations every morning. She agreed to it prior to the show.
What?
Oh, that's what
we
we're going to do.
We will pre-record and we will send them.
Okay, realistic Lulu, but please rate the show. You will get that pre-recorded recording, promise. And besties, if you want more of this podcast, please join my Past is Besties community. You could be featured in next week's WWADGD, and we take all your feedback and messages, and we're making the show for you. So please join the community, and you can find me at e.mo.tions, E.mo.tions, across all platforms, and the exclusive podcast account at Delulu BFF. Thank you guys so much for being here. Stay Delulu, besties.